think you mentioned the Kepler. Sorry, I'm moving around looking for a charger. You mentioned the Kepler
Space telescope.
telescope, and I was interested in what is it about space travel that increases our ability? Is it like is it the fact that we're closer to some stuff, or do we monitor different things there from being on Earth, or is it just because we've got more space so we can build bigger things, or how would you say that? What are the advantages?
So
being out there.
When you're out in space, you become dependent on yourself. You have to be very, very efficient with the resources that you have, and you have to be reliant on or develop technologies that are incredibly efficient. Right now, we've developed as a society that's essentially lazy when it comes to energy, because energy is abundant, right? And so we've got energy systems that are built on relatively easy to access stuff that we can throw away. And it's dirty as well. But in space, if you throw something away, it's not going anywhere, right? In fact, you shouldn't throw anything away. You should develop technologies that reuse everything. Reuse your metals, your plastics, your oxygen, your water. Reuse everything you possibly can. And so that is going to be a lot of technology that has been developed on the International Space Station. But in an emergency, you can get back from the International Space Station in a couple of hours, and you can resupply the International Space Station in a couple of days. On the moon, there will have to be a step up in the level of sustainability of that colony on the surface of the moon, right? They're going to have to solve problems of energy and waste. And these are fundamental problems that we have here on Earth due to the dwindling of resources and the growing global population. So by understanding how to live on the moon and Mars, we'll be able to better understand how to live on the surface of the Earth.
Yeah, it's so crazy, I think, that we have to go around that way to do it. But
yeah,
whatever way gets us there.
Yeah. Well,
whatever
yeah.
gets us there, because it's sad, really, I think.
Well, yeah, it's going back to that analogy with how do you beat critical thinking into people? You can't. You've got to drag them along, and so governments have to drag along industry into saying, look, it's better if you are clean and efficient. Because right now they're just they're like pigs in swill, right? They're rolling around and they're happy as Larry because they're happy and they've got all that and they're bringing in the money.
Yeah.
Sooner or later it's going to run out, and it's much better for people, the environment, to be efficient and clean. And you have to be efficient and clean in space, otherwise you die very quickly. Whereas if you're inefficient and dirty here on Earth, you eventually die, but it's going to take a few generations, basically, if we carry on the way we're going. So it forces technology development to explore space, and that technology has improved the quality of life here on Earth. Yeah.
I'm going to pause for a second because I need to find this charger.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.